80% of people earning over $100,000 a year still struggle to pay their bills on time and have little to show for it after a decade. If you've ever wondered why a bigger paycheck does not guarantee real wealth, or feel stuck watching your expenses rise just as fast as your income, this is for you. The secret. The wealth formula most of us were taught is not just wrong. It's keeping millions broke year after year. I'm going to break down the real money model, the exact framework that my financially independent clients use to escape the middle-class trap. And I'll prove with actual numbers how spending a $10,000 raise instead of investing could mean losing hundreds of thousands in future wealth. Stick with me for the step-by-step wealth builder framework, and you'll see why this one shift can change your financial life forever. Now let's reveal exactly how this trap works and, more importantly, the 3 steps to beat it for good. But if we haven't met yet, I'm Mark, and this is Mark Invests, where I leverage insights from my 18 years helping people achieve financial independence at my wealth management firm. My other channel serves 150,000 retirees. But here, my mission is simple. Bring you the wealth-building wisdom those in their 20s, 30s, and 40s need right now so you don't repeat the same financial mistakes I've seen over and over. Here's the punchline. Wealth is what you keep and grow, not what you earn or spend. It sounds obvious, but nearly everyone falls for the middle-class trap. Let's dig in. First, you need to understand 2 foundational concepts from personal finance: your income statement and your balance sheet. This is not some boring accounting lesson, I promise. You'll see exactly why this is the bedrock of real wealth in a minute. Quick definitions. The income statement, think of it as the scoreboard for what you make. Earnings. Minus what you spend. Expenses. Every single month. The balance sheet is your snapshot in time. It's assets. Things that generate cash or grow in value. Minus liabilities. Debts or things that eat your money. Why start here? Because as Robert Kiyosaki teaches, and as I've witnessed working with hundreds of families building wealth, the fastest way to financial freedom is not focusing on income alone, but on the ratio of assets to liabilities. Step 1 of the 3-part wealth builder framework. Diagnose the middle-class trap. Here's what usually happens. Let's say someone gets a $10,000 annual raise. Instinctively, they feel justified upgrading to a nicer car, a pricier apartment, maybe eating out at better restaurants. After all, why not enjoy the fruits of your labor? But what's missed is that every incremental upgrade becomes a permanent, recurring expense. The money that could have gone into building wealth is now just keeping up appearances. According to a 2023 Lending Club survey, 60% of Americans, including nearly 40% of 6-figure earners, live paycheck to paycheck. Let me show you the math. Suppose you earn an extra $10,000 a year. If you spend it, your net worth 12 months from now is unchanged. But if you invested that $10,000 at a conservative 7% return, compounded over 30 years, that single decision could blossom into $76,123. One impulse today, $76,000 of wealth lost in the future just from following the wrong financial script. Comment below with Wealth Shift if you felt that tug to spend your next raise, but are open to breaking the pattern. I want to see how many of us have been here, and your comment actually helps push this message to more people who need it. Step 2. Flip your money mindset. Income is not wealth. Here's the hard truth that took me years to internalize. You can look rich, drive a luxury car, dine at the best places, and still have almost zero assets or true financial security. Wealth is usually hidden. It's the real estate you own, the index funds compounding in your brokerage account, or even the cash-flowing business you quietly build on the side. Each asset is like a little worker sending money into your account, whether you get out of bed. Not. Here's a quick transformation story. Amy, one of my clients, was earning $85,000 a year at 30, but her net worth was only $40,000. She was stuck, just like most of her friends, until she started using the framework we're going through now. 5 years later, by channeling every extra raise and bonus into her assets, before touching her lifestyle, her net worth hit over $250,000 by age 35. She didn't cut out all fun. She just learned that every dollar invested was a tiny employee that never calls in sick and never asks for a raise. But there's a myth that needs busting. Chasing a higher income, by itself, rarely leads to wealth. It only works if you route the income into assets, not liabilities. Otherwise, you're just running faster on the same treadmill. Drop your story below if you've ever regretted a purchase or lifestyle upgrade that set you back. Financially, your story could help someone else recognize the same trap. Now, previewing where we're headed, Step 3 is all about asset acceleration. But before we dive in, a lot of people ask, what exactly counts as an asset? And how do I go from just saving to actually building multiple streams of income? Keep watching. I'll break down specific, actionable asset options and show you how to diversify just like the truly wealthy. Let's recap and level up. The 3-part Wealth Builder Framework. Number 1. Diagnose the middle-class trap spot. How new income leads to lifestyle creep and increased liabilities. Number 2. Shift your perspective so you measure success by your net worth and asset base, not your salary or status purchases. Number 3. This is the game-changer. Use every pay increase as rocket fuel for assets, not for liabilities or temporary fun. So, what are the highest impact assets you can start building now? First, this one's often overlooked: investing in yourself, your skills, and your earning potential. This is not an expense, it's an investment with often the highest lifetime return. 4 years ago, I spent money on a communications skills program. That single investment didn't just improve my confidence, it increased my business revenue 4 times over 4 years. Your skills and knowledge are assets no one can take away. Let's make it actionable. If you can boost your income by $5,000 annually through skill development and deliberately invest that difference at a 7% annual return, in 20 years that's $204,000 of new wealth created. Separate from your day job, think about what a $500 public speaking course or an online sales certification could pay back over decades. Second, business assets. Don't think you need to start the next Google. My friend started a side business from his kitchen table on weekends. Within 2 years, that side hustle replaced and later surpassed his 9-to-5 income. What made the difference? He funneled nearly every penny of early profits into further asset building, buying tools, books, hiring part-time help, and eventually adding low-cost index funds and even a share in a rental property. The best part, as the business income grew, instead of ramping up his lifestyle, he kept expenses low and stacked assets until they paid his monthly bills. That is financial independence in action. Third, the more traditional assets. Stocks, ETFs, and index funds, even with modest sums. If you contribute $500 a month into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund, with historical approximately 7% returns, in 30 years that's about $610,000, assuming dividends are reinvested. Remember, past performance does not guarantee future results, and markets always involve risk. But over decades, this is how the vast majority of self-made millionaires have built wealth. Real estate is another avenue. Whether you start with a $20,000 down payment on a cash flow positive rental, or pool resources with others to buy into real estate syndicates or REITs, real estate investment trusts, you're giving your money a second job. Wealthy people don't just choose one approach. They diversify and create multiple streams of asset-based income. Quick pause. If you want the exact spreadsheet I use with my clients to map out income, asset growth, and future net worth, hit the like button and check the link in the description below. It's 100% free because I want you to run your own numbers, not just hear mine. If you're still here, you're already ahead of most people because you want to approach every financial decision through the assets versus liability lens. Here's the challenge. For your next raise, tax refund, or bonus, even just $50 a month, instead of automatically upgrading your lifestyle, ask, will this dollar put money in my pocket every month, or will it disappear by next year? Let's visualize it. If you repeat this question every time you get paid for the next 10 years, that habit alone can bridge the gap between zero in assets at retirement and hundreds of thousands. in invested wealth. Just imagine, every dollar you invest today is a soldier working for you, compounding quietly while you sleep. It's not about deprivation or giving up all fun. Wealth is the freedom to choose, to work or not work, to spend or save, and to live life on your own terms, because your assets are producing enough to cover all your expenses. The final mindset shift is powerful. True financial freedom isn't about having $1 million on paper or driving a car that impresses your neighbors. It's having assets of any size that generate enough passive income to fund your lifestyle, even if you stop working for money. I've seen hundreds of people reach this point, not overnight, but steadily, by following the exact principles you now know. And if you want even more actionable money lessons, the next video will break down the 12 most important lessons I learned helping people reach independence over 18 years. Remember, it's not about getting rich fast. It's about adopting the model so deeply that every decision you make moves you one step closer to freedom. So, what's the first asset you're going to build or double down on this month? Drop your answer in the comments below. I personally read every one. And if this video helped shift your thinking, don't forget to subscribe and set notifications because I'm kicking off a whole mini-series on wealth traps, asset building, and real-life case studies you can't afford to miss. Let's quickly recap. The secret behind breaking the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle is not another raise or clever budget. It's mastering the 3-part wealth builder framework. Step 1. Recognize the middle-class trap that lures you to spend every new dollar. Step 2. Shift your mindset from chasing income to accumulating assets. Step 3. Turn every pay boost into an engine for asset growth. Here's what to do next. Today or this week, audit your last 90 days of spending. How much went toward assets versus liabilities. Use the free wealth growth spreadsheet from the description to map it out. Over the next month, every time new money comes in, a raise, bonus, or even a small windfall, ask yourself if you're feeding your assets or just inflating your expenses, and set a milestone. Aim to see your asset column outpace your liabilities within 6 months. With steady progress every quarter. If you consistently adopt this model, you may not see giant results overnight, but in as little as a year, you'll notice your net worth ticking upward, your stress dropping, and for many the beginnings of true financial independence as your assets produce tangible income. Stay consistent, track your progress each month, and adjust as life changes. If this made you rethink how you spend it, subscribe now to Mark Invests and turn on notifications. Because next I'm diving into real wealth traps and bonus frameworks you can't afford to miss. Share in the comments. What's the #1 financial decision you wish you'd made sooner? Let's turn your story into someone else's breakthrough. Like, subscribe, join our community, and take control of your freedom journey one asset at a time. Remember, this content is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. Consult a licensed advisor for your individual situation. Your results may vary,